Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Life is one of the heaviest beams one can try to support. It is known to go through storms that contain heavy winds and downpours. But you are built to stand and not collapse. I challenge you to grow out of your comfort zone. The biggest giant you will ever face in life is your mindset. One of the biggest things that limit us and keep us defeated is the opinion we have of ourselves. When I changed my mind, it changed my life. I didn't just survive, I bounced back better. Bounce 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 back better.
Hello, and happy Sunday to everyone that's viewing so far. Thank you so much for tuning in for LifeStruction with Eric. I am your host, Eric. And guys, we have a great show for you today. Have a guest that I'm so excited to bring on and hear him share his stories of trials and strength and how he overcame some stuff. But first and foremost, take the time to hit that share button. Please share out this broadcast to all of your friends that follow you. Take time to hit that share button. If they are not on Facebook, take time and send them that YouTube link so they can connect with us on YouTube. So we have a great show for you guys. Hope everyone has had a great week. Make sure you stay on all the way to the end. Have some good announcements for you at the end. But as I stated, today we have a great show. And I'm not going to keep crying on and pushing. I'm just going to go right ahead and introduce the man of the hour. We've seen him all over the screens, the comics, on the big screen, and I'm just honored to be able to bring him on today. So at this time, I'm going to introduce to you the man that we all know as Spider-Man. Hit those heart buttons, hit those like buttons over there. Put some claps in the comments as we bring him on. How is it going, Mr. Spider-Man?
Hey, Eric, doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So glad to have you on. I know you run a busy schedule. So, I thank you for taking the time out to, sit down and chat with me and have our viewers take on to hear a little bit about you today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get right in, jump right in and just start to chat with you. So first of all, how's your day been so far? Was it busy? How was your day today?
Not too bad. Just been patrolling, being that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I helped somebody get there was a little mugging at the deli, but it's okay. I took care of it. I hung the criminals up by a web. It was great over the street light. Got the deli on his back, so I'm doing well.
Good deal. I mean, as long as I know that you're doing something out there to help people and put the criminals down, that's good enough for me. We appreciate you being out there fighting on our behalf. So tell us which villain has been stirring up the most trouble lately? Is it the Green Goblin, Doc Octopus, or maybe Sandman?
It's been a little bit of everyone recently. But Doc Ock, he's been up to something. I mean, he's so smart, and he's been using those robotic arms of his to steal some stuff. I haven't been able to track him down quite yet. I don't know what he's building, but he's making something. So if y'all see anything, definitely hit me up, put out some signals, post somewhere at Spider-Man, and I'll keep a lookout and try to go take him down.
Definitely. We'll definitely do that. So how are MJ and Auntie May doing?
Well, first off, Eric, you shouldn't know anything about MJ or Aunt May because you don't know who I am, right? But
now, how you gonna put me on the spot like that? How you gonna put me on the spot like that?
But they're good. They're good. MJ and I, things are going well. I'm thinking about, maybe dropping a ring sometime, getting down on a knee. And Aunt May, she's good. She's good. I love going home, getting that fresh cooked meal she hooks me up with. She knows who I am now. I'll tell you, that was a conversation, but we got through it, and she's doing well.
Good deal. That's good to know. Good to know. So you might be getting down on one knee sometime soon, huh?
Yeah, I think so. MJ and I've been together since high school, and it's been great. So I think it might be about time.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, make sure I get an invite.
You'll be on the list. Don't you worry.
Definitely. Because I'm going to come. I'm coming either way, but I would prefer the invite.
Better than crashing.
Definitely. So you disappeared for 5 years because of Thanos. What is it likely? What does it feel like to be back?
It's weird. It's really weird. A lot of stuff is the same, but there's like different things. Like I learned about Dogecoin for the first time the other day. I had no idea what it was. They really confused me. Apparently, it's making people money. Learning about all sorts of cryptocurrencies, but the truth is, I don't really have time for that, and I don't have a lot of money. I'm just that kid from Brooklyn who's doing their thing. But I'm glad to be back. Fortunately, it seems like most of my friends all also disappeared with me, so we're all around the same age as when we left. It's just keeping up with the news, the technology. We got a new president now, so there's all sorts of changes.
Gotcha. You talked about Dogecoin. We'll have to talk after this.
I'm not an investing spider. Don't come to me for advice.
Yeah, you don't need nothing to take away from your time. Saving humanity. We need you to just stick with that.
Yeah, and Tony Stark, he left me a little something, so I'm good.
Right. That's right. So tell me, what's the best part of being an Avenger?
Being an Avenger. It's funny. I wanted to be one so bad, and then I realized, okay, maybe I'm not quite ready, with the whole Thanos snap and me disappearing and everything. But now that I'm more into it again, I think the best part is just getting to help people across the world. I've been really limited to the Brooklyn, New York City area. But now I just have a chance to, hop on a jet, go take out some enemies with the Falcon. And, well, now he's known as Captain America, actually, if you haven't heard. But yeah, so we're doing well, and it's just a lot of fun, getting to hang out with my buddies, my other heroes, and then help out across the world, do what I got to do.
Right. Good deal. So tell me, J. Jonah Jameson, what is his beef with you? Why is he always hating on you?
J. Jonah and I, we go back. Ever since I first hit the scene, he was calling me a masked menace. And I get it. He's just trying to sell his papers, right? He's trying to get his business through. But the secret thing is what he doesn't know is any publicity is good publicity for me. So he's got my name out there. I'm helping out my buddy, Peter Parker. He's taking those photos of me and making some money. So it's actually pretty good because J. Jonah Jameson doesn't realize it, but he's actually helping me.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what his issue is. Hopefully he can calm down a little bit here. We'll see.
Good deal. So all the kids who are watching basically want to know, what is it like to have superpowers and spidey senses?
Yeah. So, I woke up one day without having powers before. And I realized, I was just more nimble, quick on my feet, a little stronger than I realized. And I was kind of sticky. So it took me a little while to get used to my powers, right? But the spidey sense is cool. That feeling when you got those hairs sticking up on the back of your neck?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's like that, but all over. My whole body is by that tingle. Sometimes it's because there's bullets coming at me. Sometimes it's just that, I left the oven on. It's really active. I don't know how to dull it down. It's almost overwhelming. But actually, the suit I got on, we got some tech in there that helps me focus my vision when I need to.
Nice.
Yeah, it helps.
Good deal. So you were recently spotted at the University City Farmers Market in North Carolina, quite a few ways from New York City. What were you doing there?
Yeah, so I mentioned Doc Ock was stealing some stuff recently. So I heard he was going to go hit up the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina to try and hit up the banking town there. We got lots of banks. They got tons of money in the area. So I followed him down here actually, and I got to be the friendly neighborhood spider. So while I was there, I just decided to stop over at the farmers market, visit some kids, take some photos, do some flips, things like that, hang out with them for a little while. It was cool. It was cool. I would definitely go back to North Carolina at some point, but for now, I got to go back to my burrows.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, yeah, I definitely understand. But yeah, I've been in North Carolina for the past 6 months. Really nice place. Really nice place. So yeah, we'll be glad to have you come back and visit from time to time. I'm sure our viewers are like, who's behind the mask? Who's behind the mask? Can we learn the man behind the mask? So can we be introduced to the man behind the mask? And you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I think we can make that happen, Eric.
Okay.
Now, you got to give me a second, though. It's a little tight. Hey, everybody. My name is Dusty. It's good to see y'all. I've been Spider-Man for, about a year now. And, just excited to be here and get to share my story and talk to y'all a little bit. See, ask if he's willing to Arizona. I mean, I'll go wherever at some point. I gotta hit all 50 states and cross them off. So maybe we'll get out there at some point.
Definitely. But yeah, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so like I said, my name's Dusty. I'm a 29-year-old guy. I work for public education in North Carolina. So I work for a university here. And I put on the Spider-Man mask, like I said, last summer. The backstory, which we'll get into a bit more, is that I was involved in a car accident a few years ago, the day after my birthday. And so excited to meet a real superhero. Hello. So, that kind of helped form into, this Spider-Man. And we'll get into it, like I said. But now it's just a chance to give back. I love hanging out in the community, trying to make kids smile and surprise them, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. So tell us, how long have you been Spider-Man, and does Peter Parker know about it?
Well, I've been Spider-Man, unofficially probably since I was a teenager. But I got my suit last July, so about a year ago now, like almost to the day. Which is pretty exciting that we're getting to do this at that kind of anniversary almost. And,
nice.
I've been Spider-Man ever since then. COVID's kind of impacted what I was able to do with Spider-Man. So a lot of it was just, taking photos and things like that. But now that, things are opening, I got to go out to that market, like you mentioned, hoping to go to the children's hospitals at one point. And as for Peter Parker, I think we're cool. He, ever since the multiverse kind of like exploded, he knows that he's not the only Spider-Man. There's multiple ones of us out here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been good. I hope to work with him one day. I also hope to meet maybe Miles, is that other new Spider-Man that's going around. So we'll see. Hopefully Dr. Strange or someone can bring us all together.
Nice. So what inspired you to put on the mask?
Yeah, so like I said, I was in a car accident a few years ago. It was the day after my birthday, actually. I was driving home to visit my family. We were going to go out to dinner. There was like a snowy, rainy mix out on the road. And, I was probably 30 minutes from my parents' house, about 2.5 hour drive total. When I got T-boned on the highway, I was going straight. Someone was trying to turn into a subdivision and hit me. I'm glad I could be your hero, Wills. I see you got like a wedding engagement photo maybe. So congratulations if that's the case. And, so that was kind of like a moment, a life-changing moment that hit me, right? That was my spider bite, so to speak. And, over the past few years since then, a lot of physical therapy, chiropractor, which I know we'll go into a little bit more, as well as some mental counseling and some medications. But it was really a chance to just give back to the community. I kind of figured like as soon as I got some of my insurance money back from the accident, I wanted to buy a suit. And fortunately, I didn't spend much time in the hospital outside of like a few hours that first night. But I knew if I could like dress up and like visit some other kids that were, I say other kids, visit some kids that were, maybe in the hospital. We have the Levine Children's Hospital near me. That could be really cool. And like I said, just a good chance to give back. Something else that really clicked for me, I don't know if you've seen the new Into the Spider-Verse movie or if anyone watching has seen that, but they had this segment that a lot of the Spider-Man kept saying is like, no matter how many times I get hit, I get back up again. So that really clicked with me after like someone who had been through all the trauma and trying to, push so hard to get back to normal, normal, so to speak. So that really clicked with me. And then the idea of like anyone could be behind the mask was really cool. I know Stan Lee's mentioned that before. They really emphasized that in the movie. And, I think that's kind of one reason he clicked with me for going to the children's hospitals is that the kids wouldn't see me or know who I was. So they might be able to envision themselves one day if I kind of talk to them like, oh yeah, well, I was in this car accident or I got in this fight with Doc Ock and like, I was really injured. It can get better kind of thing. Hopefully just inspire them and help them out. Right.
Well, real quick, I just commend you, for the work that you're doing, because it's so many people that want to be up front and they need to be seen. They need the accolades when they're doing a great work, and it's not too many people that put on a mask and go out and do great work. So, you have a mask on. No one knows who's behind that mask, touching the hearts of kids and doing the great work that you are doing in the community. You have a mask on, and I'm sure you never take it off, to let them see who you are.
That's against the code.
Yeah, so that's a beautiful thing, that you put on a mask and you go out and you just have so much compassion to go out and give back to the community. I shared briefly with you yesterday, about my nephew, when he was in the hospital years ago and saw the way that those kids' faces would light up, when different people would come in into the hospital, and it's just taking time out of your day, and it's not like you're going overboard, doing too much, but it's just so appreciated, so I definitely thank you and commend you, for the great work that you're doing.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think the idea of the mask just works so well with Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man, he doesn't benefit at all from having like helping people. Spider-Man, as Peter Parker is poor. Like he doesn't get any fame, any benefits from this. And he also is, putting a lot at risk. Actually, he's a very tragic hero. A lot of people who are close to him end up getting injured or hurt or pass away. So I think it wouldn't make sense to be Spider-Man and go for the glory. It's definitely more of a, like a quiet thing, hiding my face, like you were saying.
Definitely. So, a little more about the accident. How severe were your injuries, and how long did you battle the web of depression after your accident?
Yeah, I like the pun, the web of depression. But my injuries, they were severe for me. I was very fortunate, actually. Of course, I'm still here. I'm alive. I didn't break any bones or anything like that. But what happened is like I said, I was T-boned. I was on the driver's side, actually. So, I hit my head against my my window, airbags popping up, everything. So I had a concussion that was impacting me for a few months, actually, as well as, tons of back pain, neck pain, headaches every day. And, I started seeing a chiropractor right away. And I don't know. I don't know if the chiropractor route was the way for me. Eventually, after about 3 months, I got into physical therapy, which seemed to help a little bit more. But about a month after the accident, I was still having issues, not just physical, but mental and emotional. I kind of noticed it. Like initially with the concussion, I was just kind of like zombie almost, where I just kind of felt like I was present, but I couldn't really focus on anything. I wasn't actually there. And I was having issues in the car where other cars would drive by me, be loud noises in the car, and I'd physically scream. And I didn't know what that was about. My left arm would actually go numb all the way through my fingers because I was hit on the left side. And I'd have hot flashes. I'd be in the car and I'd have to, pull over and like take off my jacket, my shirt, whatever, just to cool off.
Wow.
So about a month after the accident, my doctor gave me some antidepressants. At the time, I didn't know I was depressed, and maybe he knew and just didn't tell me. But he said it would help with the concussion. So I was on those for a good while, and about a year after the accident is when I finally went to counseling for the first time. So I went and saw a psychiatrist, got diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And for me, the depression was very tied to the back pain. So it was kind of this like lingering thought where I was like, gosh, I've been in pain every day for 6 months. Like, how do I get out of this? And it really, drags you down. And I don't think I realized how noticeable it was to other people, because I think when a lot of us are depressed, we'll put on the figurative mask and try to look happy, try to brighten everyone else's day, do what we can. But fortunately, I got a very supportive missus and some supportive friends. And actually, I didn't get another car until about 2 months ago, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so actually I had my counseling appointments. My buddy, Rob is his name, was actually picking me up and taking me to counseling each week, just for a little while. And then eventually, my wife and I, we were a one-car family. So eventually, if she didn't need the car, I could, take it and zip over there. But yeah, so I was depressed for probably 2.5 years. It took over a year of medication and going to counseling. And then slowly, as I was seeing my counselor still, I was starting to wean off the medicine, which was really good. Because one side effect was I put on like 15 pounds with one of the medicines. And, once I got off that, I probably lost 10 pounds in 2 months. Like, it was like, I'm starting to feel like me again. And
Right.
And, I still have moments. I don't see the counselor anymore. He released me back in September, actually. He's like, you made progress. You're there. Like, let's not hold you back. Like, it's time for you to fly out of the nest. Like, let's go. So that was really cool. He was super helpful. And, ever since then, I still have maybe some moments here and there. Maybe I'm driving and it's just like someone like honks the horn real loud. It might like get me for a second. I might flinch and kind of like remind myself like, oh, no, I'm okay. I'm good. I got this.
Right.
So that's basically the extent of the injuries. I'm sure she was my fiance at the time, but my now wife would probably maybe have some more descriptions, but that was probably the extent of it. But yeah, it was tough. And I think, the web of depression, a lot of us, when we get depressed, like I said, we try to hide it. We wear the mask. We don't tell anybody. We don't get help. And it's hard. It's hard to go through it alone. I think we have to normalize it and start talking more.
Right. Most
like we're doing right now.
Yes. It's definitely something that you do not want to go through alone, because it just causes you to, isolate, and then you go deeper into depression.
Right. It's like you're digging the hole.
Right, because you're not talking about it, and the question: are you trying to deal with it on your own, or are you just pretty much just lying in it and not doing anything about it? Which we all know that's going to cause you to dig yourself into a deeper state of depression. But tell me, how was it putting on that costume, and how has it helped you as well as encourage others?
Yeah. So like I said, I think kind of early on-ish, I was thinking, well, okay, if I get some money from this, let me get this Spider-Man outfit. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. I didn't really have much like goals with it or anything. And it took me about 2.5 years to get some money. And actually the money basically just covered my medical bills. So it was like, well, we're not, using that money for the Spider-Man suit, but I still want to get this. Let me get it. And it was really cool. Once I put it on, it was sort of just like, I became nervous, right? Because I was like, oh, but it was like, wow, look how cool I look. Like I'm Spider-Man here. And, I think it has been cool for others. Like I said, I've been going to the farmer's market. I've been a handful of times. I'm hoping to go more regularly. I'm actually going a bit later this month with something a little more planned out, which will be cool. And one of the most fun things I've done so far is I've done like video calls with kids. So I've done live videos for some of my friends' kids. And then I actually did do a birthday party as Spider-Man. So I'm Spider-Man NC, but this Spider-Man traveled to South Carolina. I met up with my buddy Kalari, who was a young spider in training, and we hung out for a little while. We brought silly string. We were webbing the villains, which then turned to everybody trying to web me. So it was a lot of fun, and I think it was encouraging to them. I hope that once I can go into the children's hospital, I can do more of the encouragement work. Whereas right now, I'm doing a lot more of the fun stuff, which has been awesome. But I'm hoping it can be a little more impactful in the future.
Well, we talked briefly yesterday. So, before you start, because you're going to start going into children's hospital and it's going to keep you busy, but I recommend that you take some type of gymnastics course, because you said the kids be wanting you to do. Kids said they be wanting you to turn flips and jump off the walls. So you got to start preparing yourself for that.
Yeah, they're a little demanding. I need to step up my game, it seems. Something that I thought was pretty cool about Tom Holland as Spider-Man is he can do the flips. He was like a gymnast in his past. So I actually saw a video of someone talking to him recently. He's wearing his outfit and he just does a backflip all of a sudden. I'm like, he lands in the Spider-Man pose. I'm like, gosh, that's cool.
Definitely.
So I bet you start stepping up my game and checking that out soon.
Oh, yeah. My mom's in the background. She said, you need to start eating spinach and beet juice.
Okay, yeah, the Popeye diet.
Yeah. So on a serious note, Dusty, what would you say to someone who may be fighting the same fight that you endured? What would be something you could say to them to kind of encourage them?
Yeah, I think the first thing I would say is don't give up. With depression, a lot of times, you could be in pain for so long and you might start running out of like options, so to speak. Like you don't see any way out of the pain. And that can lead towards suicidal thoughts, which thankfully I didn't have. But I knew it could happen if I stayed depressed. So I was like, I got to keep pushing. I got to get out of this. So I would say definitely don't give up and, find somebody you can talk to. That really helped me. Like even talking to my counselor, what he had told me through our conversations was like, you don't tell your fiance like any of this. Like, how is she going to help you if you don't open up and like talk about these things? So, you got to find your network, find people you can trust, people who will take the time to open up and like listen to you, people who care about you. That was really beneficial to me. And I think, a lot of us, myself included too, with like medications, we're adverse to that. We don't want to do it. But know that, if nothing else is working, like it might be worth a try. It doesn't have to be long-term. Like I said, I'm off all my medications now. But that was really helpful for me too. It's just like not a quick fix. I mean, it took a few weeks for it to kick in. But that was just like it kept me afloat while I could do the work on counseling and learn how to do my breathing and things like that. So So yeah, the two things: don't give up and find some people you can talk to, because, like we said earlier, you're just gonna bury yourself if you keep it in.
Right.
It's not gonna work out for anybody.
Yeah. And yeah, one of our viewers, Niobe, she basically kind of piggybacked off of what we said. As a depression sufferer, we often don't realize how deep down we are and we can't see a way out. But support is critical in helping to overcome it. So yeah, pretty much she's piggybacking off of what we said. You definitely have to speak with someone. But I just, as I kind of briefly chatted with you about yesterday, this platform is all about LifeStruction, and there's so many areas in our life that we're faced with obstacles, and we have to create that structure in order to circum it and bounce back. And you have that, you pretty much almost have the same story as I do, just different backgrounds, but you realize that you had a troubling issue going on, that you was dealing with on the inside, and you found a way to push past it, and fight out of it. And I mean, it's an awesome story, because I know so many people that battle with depression, but I mean, your story is just awesome to hear and see how you figured out what was going to make Dusty a better person, and what was going to bring joy to you, and you went after it, and look at you now. Every weekend I see you, since Kevin has connected me with you, and I see you on Saturdays, and you're out doing your thing, protecting the kids, protecting the kids, and making us, making a move, making sure, that the villains are nowhere around, around the kids. So, I mean, it's great. It's great to see what you're doing. So tell us, what does the future hold for Spider-Man? What things can we look forward to?
Yeah. So in the immediate future, I am going back to the farmer's market. We're going, not this upcoming Saturday, but the following one. And I'm actually going to do something a bit more structured. So in the past, every time I went, it's just been hanging out, taking photos. I maybe go for 20, 30 minutes at a time, and reading the comments. Yes, never give up. And, it's been a lot of fun, but this upcoming Saturday, like I mentioned, we're going to do a little more structured. So I'm still talking with the farmer's market about what we're going to do, but I bought some stickers. I got both Spider-Man and Avengers. And then we might do like a book club, kind of like story time with Spider-Man, where I'll be reading a children's book or maybe one of my comic books. And then we also talked about maybe doing like a do-it-yourself mask station for the kids, where they can get some felt and different colors and, just tape something up and with a little string and hold it over their face. So that'd be cool. But that's the most immediate thing. I think longer term, like I said, I keep reaching out to the Children's Hospital to see when we're going to be able to hook something up there. And they just keep telling me, keep checking back. Right now with COVID, they're really not doing any volunteer work at all. And, I've got my vaccines and everything. So as soon as they say I'm ready, I need to go in. It's a 4 to 6 week process at that point. I have to apply, pass our background check, everything like that, which is great. We don't want any weirdos hanging out with the kids or anything.
Definitely.
So that's the longer term goal. And I'm hoping that maybe I could do that every week or every other week once we do get set up. But it's just a waiting game right now.
Okay. Good deal. So as far as social media, is it any other place other than Instagram that we can follow you on?
Yeah, so Instagram's definitely my main platform. Okay. My handle is at spiderman.nc. Yep, perfect. It's on the screen. So that's my main spot. You're welcome to follow my personal account if you want. It's Dust10 Clark. 10 is the number 10, kind of a play on words. And then I also have a Patreon account, which is patreon.com/Dusty Cosplays. And what I do there is really, it's just a chance if you want to support what I do, give me some like gas money, some money that I can save up for new suits for the kids, things like that. And I have a few different tiers on there. So there's a $3 a month tier, which again is just support. There's a $10 a month tier, which is like you want to support and maybe you have a little more to give. And then there's, which I haven't had anyone use this one, but I made a $50 tier, which is just like if you want private Spider-Man videos, like you want a phone call, every single month for like you and your kid. That's out there as well, because then I can start building some relationships and asking the kids things over time, like, oh, how's it going? You still doing flag football, whatever. Like they have like a personal Spider-Man connection. But yeah, those are the 3 tiers. I used to add more, and I simplified it because I made it based on a cosplayer, model,
right?
Advice I got, and that's not really what I was trying to do. Like my goal was just to get a little cash to go to the hospital, so I simplified it recently.
Now, what was that site again?
So it's called Patreon, and the site is Patreon. It's patreon.com/Dusty Cosplays.
Cosplays?
Yes, Cosplays. It's COSPLAYS. And if you do go to my Instagram, you'll actually see that in my bio. There's a link to it right there.
Gotcha. Hopefully I did this right. Is that correct?
It's /Dusty Cosplays.
I knew that.
So it's very close.
Okay, I just wanted to put it up so we can have any viewers that want to go on and be a blessing. Dusty,
Yeah,
so /Dusty Cosplays. Okay.
Yes. And like I said, it's on my Instagram page too. If you want to check out some of my photos on there, see some of the work I've been doing with the kids and in the neighborhood, and just building up content in general, you can see it there. And then if you want to contribute a little bit more, there's also a bio in there about kind of my story with the accident, so you can find it all there.
Okay. Good deal. Well, I encourage our viewers to go to that patreon.com, Dusty Cosplays, and be a blessing. He's doing great work in his community, and it does take gas. And we spoke yesterday. He wants to get different types of giveaways, to be able to be a blessing and give the kids, when he's out with them. So these donations will definitely help him, be able to purchase some of those things and be able to be a blessing to the kids. So definitely take the time to go to that website, and definitely, as he stated, it goes all the way. I think you said from $5 or $50. So
yeah, $3, $10, and $50.
Oh, $3. So $3. Yeah. $3.15, but then he also has a $50. So definitely, go on there and be a blessing. And as always, okay, Spider-Man, someone says, do you have Zelle? They would like to donate to help you get things for the kids.
I don't have Zelle, but if this person wants to DM me on Instagram, we can figure something out.
Okay. So Latasha said if you want to DM him on Instagram, you guys can go further with that. Thank you so much for wanting to be a blessing to him.
I appreciate it, Latasha.
Yeah, that Instagram, I'll put that back up just in case you didn't get it. Basically, it's at spiderman.nc. Kevin, my associate producer, he always has something funny to say. He says, I have Spider-Man pajamas, and actually they probably are somewhere still packed away in the attic somewhere, because I did have Spider-Man pajamas. I definitely did.
Oh, you got to find those. I know you were traveling recently, so once you're back home.
They won't be pajamas anymore. They'll fit me like your suit is fitting you now.
A little snug.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Jennifer Clark, for watching. Miss Jennifer Clark said, thank you both for this great interview. Looking forward to watching and listening to future podcasts. Thank you so much for being here. And definitely, hopefully you'll come back and watch us again. And just in case, you did not see it earlier, let me find that here. If you're not already connected with me, you can follow me as well on Instagram. It's _ Eric Winfield. On Facebook, it's at LifeStruction with Eric, as well as YouTube at LifeStruction with Eric. If you didn't by chance share this video, you can definitely go to the LifeStruction pages when this is done, and you can definitely click that share. So people that weren't able to get on today and watch it, they can definitely watch it later. But you definitely was a hot item, Spider-Man. I broadcast on 3 platforms. We're on Facebook, on my personal page, as well as my group page, and then also on YouTube. So I'm very pleased with the viewers that I see when I calculate all 3 platforms. So obviously, it was a great topic because pretty much everyone stayed on. So I definitely thank you so much for coming on, taking the time to come on and be with us today. Another thing, make sure you guys, if you haven't already, take the time and go to my website as well. As I think I told you guys a while back that I'm actually trying to raise money for the purchase books to be able to drop my books off at some facilities to help people that's trying to rebuild their life. So I have a campaign going right now. So and just like Dusty, there's no amount is too small. So definitely you can go on there. If you haven't purchased my book, you can purchase the book. But if you want to just donate to the book campaign, basically you can go to my website. It's mylifestruction.com and be able to purchase the book. My mom just said she's going to pledge 50.
Oh my gosh!
So
thank you.
she's in the background. He said thank you so much.
That's wild. I haven't gotten anything like that before. Thank you.
Yeah. So and once again, like I said, that's my mom. So that my nephew that I told you about, that was her grandson. So we did the Ronald McDonald House thing, which was a beautiful thing for us. And the people that came in and showed him love, it just made his day. So when Kevin told me your story, I was like, oh man, I would love to have him on. So once again, like I said, thank you so much for coming on. And one last thing, guys. Also, we have those My Life is Under Construction t-shirts, which you can also purchase on my website. Get a shirt, because soon I'm going to just do a broadcast, and it's just going to be like a big old Zoom thing where everyone is going to be on the camera. So purchase your shirt, because when we do that, you're only going to be able to get on camera if you have a t-shirt. So, definitely go on the site and definitely do that. But yes, pretty much we're wrapping up now. Is there anything else that you post the link to make monthly? Okay, let me go back. Someone wants to see that link again, and it is right there. There's a link that you can go to if you want to do a donation, Miss Sherry.
And hopefully once I am able to go out to the hospitals and get some more pictures or videos, maybe I can chat with you again, Eric. And
definitely. I definitely want to bring you back on. And yes, when you start getting those videos, the next time you come on, we're actually going to be able to plug these videos on the screen so they can see you in action. Hopefully you've been the one and took some gymnastic classes, and we'll see you flipping in there. And so
hopefully not landing on my head.
Right. Yeah, we definitely want to bring you back on. My missus, my wife, she says, thank you so much. This was very informative. Miss Julie, she thanks you for that as well.
Yeah,
And,
y'all are welcome. I'm glad you could be here and, spend some time with me and Eric tonight.
Definitely. So, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your Sunday to watch with us. Connect with me this week. I'm going to be actually taking a cross the country trip. So I'm going to be just doing some things just to kind of keep you guys updated on my journey. So definitely tune in to my LifeStruction page this week, and I'm going to take you guys on a wild ride across the country and back to the desert. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember, wake up each day, smile from your heart. It brings a glow on you that'll be a blessing to someone else. With that, you guys have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everyone.